back. We have one of my favourite dishes on the menu today. Dean Diplock is the man for the job. Dean Diplock, of course, from the Briefy House Resort, joins us. How are you, chef?
Very good. Yourself, sir?
Oh, I've been waiting for this for a couple of weeks now.
Yes.
We were chatting about this dish a couple of weeks ago, and I mentioned I had it in a very well-known restaurant in London.
Right.
And I haven't had it as good since. So no pressure, chef.
None whatsoever.
What are we doing?
Superfood, as we said earlier. The most important thing about when you're cooking liver is to make sure that that membrane is taken off it.
Yeah.
You can get your butcher to do that for you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it becomes quite tough.
Yeah.
And the other thing is soak it in milk. What happens is it draws out the excess blood and helps tenderize it as well, so that it's
So it's
nice
a similar
and soft.
process to like buttermilk chicken.
Exactly the same type of thing.
It does the same thing.
Leave it overnight, a couple of hours is perfectly fine as well. And then just pat it dry, and all you want to do is flour it. Now, in this flour, I have nutmeg, a little bit of nutmeg, some garlic powder, and some salt.
Lovely.
And all we're going to do is just lightly dust it, shake off the excess, and then we fry it. Right, shallow fry it in a pan. I'm using the pot because it just holds much more heat to it. And you just want to give it, this just a little extra oil I'm putting in, so I've drained most of it out and I've done some already in advance, just for time purposes. Then from that point onwards, once you've browned it off, you want to treat it like a steak. You don't want to kill it and cook it so it's so dry and grainy. No. It needs to be a little bit pink on the inside. Medium to well is perfectly fine as well. Okay.
So you're looking at a couple of minutes either side to brown it.
Just to brown it, really, and the flour is going to help thicken the sauce as well as we go on. Let me just take that off because it's starting to bubble and boil, as we like. Okay, so once we've browned our liver, both sides. We have some over there. I'm cutting it at about 3 to 5 centimeters thick. You can cut it thicker, but it's smaller pieces like that are easier to manage. Okay. Now, I've pre-caramelized my onions. When I say caramelized, just really sauteed them, just for time purposes, but this can all be done in one pot, a one-pot wonder. Very simple, very simple. Beautiful. I'm just going to set that aside now for a second. I have drained most of the oil off already, to which I'm now going to add just 1 knob of butter.
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure that's looking very good. Little knob of butter, just to get the caramelization process on the go. To which I'm going to add my green peppercorns. It's a little different this time. I have some brandy here, which I'm just going to flambe quickly. There you go.
Look at that now.
That'll help get that heat in there nice and quickly.
And you're getting rid of all the alcohol as well.
Exactly. It's just for the flavour you're gonna get from that now. In goes a little bit of English mustard. Now, you can use fresh English mustard. I'm just using powder. There's no issue with that. And then in go our onions.
That's what I love about watching you guys working. It's all about the sauce. You know, you get the cooking of the protein right, and then the sauce is the kicker.
It looks after itself, really. So, as I said, for time purposes, we've done our onions. Now, you can do that from scratch. There's no issue with that at all. Okay, into that now. Very important, every sauce needs a good base, and I'm using a reduced veal stock and a little bit of chicken stock as well. So I've halved it so it's quite concentrated, flavour-wise.
Dean, can I ask you just a general question about offal? I mean, people tend to turn their noses up at it, but it's very economical for a family.
Extremely cheap.
It's very tasty, but we don't cook enough of it, do we?
No, unfortunately, most of it gets exported because we've just lost that. We don't do it anymore, unfortunately, and that's very sad. We have spoken about offal in length, and one of the things you wouldn't eat is dressine. I need to, or the stomach lining of cow. It's so clean and so nutritious. There's no reason we shouldn't be eating it. Most of it gets exported, believe it or not, to Poland and China, who love it. My household loves it as well, but I'll make it for you one day, completely different, and we'll see what you think of it.
I'm happy to taste anything you make, chef. You had a bit of herbage gone in there, had you?
A little bit of herbs in there, right? So I've got some chopped up thyme and some chopped up oregano.
Gorgeous.
Just to give it a nice fresh flavour to it.
And your season as well, then?
Then I'm going to finish it with some cream. So the cream then goes into that. A little bit more.
A little bit more,
like so.
Nearly Christmas Day.
A little bit cream, exactly. So that we allow to simmer. And what we do then is we return the liver into the sauce.
Beautiful.
Just pick this one up as well. We pop the lid on it.
Yeah.
And we let it cook for a little longer.
So how long will you cook it for?
It depends on the thickness of it. You do want to probe it and just check. Again, you can cook it as long as you like it to. Some people like it very rare, others like it
a little bit more cooked.
A little bit more cooked, etc. So it's for each individual taste. Now, personally, I like it medium to well.
Okay.
I don't like it too pink.
Yeah,
but,
I'd be the same.
But not too dry either.
And you're serving it with spuds, then?
Our special mashed potato.
Oh, now what's special about these bad boys?
Special mashed potatoes. My special mashed potatoes have nutmeg in them.
Oh.
A lovely ingredient, just lifts it. And again, instant mashed potatoes out of the deep freeze from one of our local shops.
Wow.
And you just pop it in the microwave, a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt, a little bit of white pepper, and then the nutmeg. And we have this wonderful soft white match to go with it. I'm going to set that aside.
I'm a little excited, Dean.
Ah, there we go.
It's a long time since I've had this dish, and
well, let's hope you enjoy it because it's well worth it.
So again, depending on how thick and how big the pieces are, you just cook it for a couple of minutes in that sauce.
Exactly, just a couple of minutes in the sauce.
Look
and finish it off on top like so.
Look at that.
And
do you think we should try and fight for a return to this at the kitchen table at home, you know, in terms of offal
I wish
dishes?
people would, you know, just from a cost perspective.
Absolutely,
you know, first of all, there's a huge saving. Extremely nutritious, I mean, full of vitamins. You know, as I said, there's A, B, C, D vitamins in there, protein, iron, huge amounts of iron in there.
And like most good butchers around the country, they'll prep that meat for you ready for your pan.
Absolutely, they'll prep it for you, they'll take the membrane off it, they'll cut it up for you, so you get it as it is. The only thing I would suggest is definitely to soak it in milk for a little while.
Okay.
Just to draw out a lot more of that, the blood in it, which tends to put people off because it's quite strong.
But yet it doesn't put them off when it comes to a steak, Dean.
No, exactly. No, but this has a lot more iron in it than a steak.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And a lot more blood as it does.
The proof
it is a filter.
is in the pudding, isn't it?
Well, I'm sure you'll be able to tell me that is delicioso. As usual, the man loathes his food.
Takes me back to a happier time.
It's nice and soft. It's fabulous. Yeah, it's
seriously
soft.
It's sensational.
Fantastic. Good, glad you.
I don't know why that's not on more family tables.
Certainly, you know, if you've got a budget to watch, there's absolutely no reason you can't.
I know if I
that.
put it up in front of my kids, they'd all go, "What is it now?"
Yeah, they would be put off it, but
they turn their noses up at it.
It really is the way it's cooked and presented, and then it becomes part of the norm of the food that's eaten.
Tasty.
It's fabulous. It's
so
really
tasty.
And you know, it's hard to tell the difference between that and a good fillet steak if it's cooked correctly.
I couldn't agree with you more, Dean. Smash it as usual.
Thank you, sir. Thank
you, chef. Full recipe details are up on the website, or call into Breffy House. And Dean and the team will look after you over there after the break. We get into the nitty-gritty of why everyday items are proving so more expensive. See you in a minute.